Hello everyone, and welcome to our second video for Edo and HuMei's Games Around the Table on OurBigBlueBall.com. This is going to be a companion video to our review for Forbidden Island. Yes, I'm Edo. Hey! And across the table is my arch nemesis,
HuMei.
Yes, now, if you already read our review, we've got the basic setup already in there. So what we've done is gone ahead and already set up the game right here. That way we can start. As you can see, we've already picked out our particular personas in the game. I'm the Explorer, and the Explorer allows me to move and or shore up diagonally. And HuMei is...
I'm the pilot. Once per turn, I can fly to any tile on the island for one action.
Okay, and what we've done is we did these randomly. We've done the whole setup random. So what we're going to do is we're going to play from the beginning to the end, and then hopefully you'll enjoy what you see, and then you'll be able to pick it up when it's available. And it's available at your local game store. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll let my arch nemesis start. And what happens is that every turn you get 3 actions where you get to move, shore up tiles, basically. And the whole goal is that you want to get all 4 of these treasures down here. If you can see right down here in the shot. The one odd thing or dangerous thing about this game is that as we play the game, the island starts to sink, since we're all on this one big island. And it's tracked by this little marker right up here. As you can see, first you start with 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and of course skull and crossbones is never a good sign. And that means that everyone loses. Now what's really nifty about this game is that it's a cooperative game, which means that you all have to work together in order to win. Which means that either everyone wins or everyone loses. There is no real competitive spirit in here, so everyone has got to work together in order to win. Okay, so once again, I'll let HuMei take the first turn. And he's starting over here on Fool's Landing.
Okay, since I'm the pilot, my best bet is to try and get where I can try and shore up as much land as possible, and eventually also attempt to acquire these different pieces. I'm going to take and fly from Fool's Landing to Cave of Shadows.
Okay, so that means you got 2 actions left.
Okay, for my 2 actions, at this point I'm going to get the fire icon, whatever. That's my second action. And for my third one...
Remember that what you're going to have to do is you have to turn in all of those cards.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to be trying for that. You're right. I'm an idiot. Okay, so for my second action then, I will shore up the Silver Gate.
Okay, you got 1 more action.
And I will shore up the Crimson Forest. Now, unless you are... which one is the Explorer to do diagonally?
Yes, I can move and or shore up diagonally.
Okay, so I can only go for the ones to the sides or above and below. I cannot shore up anything diagonally.
And shore up basically means you take the tile that's already in blue here and you turn it toward its color side, which means that it's not flooded. So what happens is if there's a flooded tile, and then when we flip these cards at the end of a turn here, if that tile comes up again in this deck, it gets removed from the game. So as you can see, the fewer number of tiles you have, the fewer your options. And what happens is that there are at least 2 tiles where you can turn in multiples of these particular cards based on whatever treasure you want to get. If both of those tiles go, you can't win the game, so everyone loses. Okay, those are your 2 there. So what's going to happen is we're going to give HuMei here 2 treasure cards. 1 and 2. So the maximum number of cards you can have in your hand is 5, not including your character card, which is not really considered to be in your hand. And we are just putting these cards out here because since it's not a non-competitive game, we don't have to worry about showing our hands to everyone. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw flood cards. And right here, if you can see, we actually have a 2 down here. We're going to be turning over 2 of these particular cards, and we're going to flip those tiles over. So the first one is going to be the Tidal Palace.
Right here.
And then the next one is going to be the Coral Palace.
Uh-oh.
This is kind of dangerous because we've got two of the same icon right here. And we have to make sure we can shore up one of these to save it.
There's the Coral Palace. If we lose both of those, we're done.
Okay, and so I'll start my turn with my 3 actions. Now, one of the things I have is that I have an action card called SANDBAGS, and this allows me to shore up any tile on the board. Now, you can't do that in, say, response to something getting removed from the game, but at any other time, even during an opponent's turn, you can use it. So, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to shore up this particular tile. And I'm going to discard that. Now, I'll take my 3 actions, and what I'll do is I will actually shore up both of these. And then I'm going to, that was 1, 2, and here's 3. Okay, now I'll draw 2 cards. 1 and Waters Rise. Now what happens is that when this card comes up, first thing, you move this particular tracker up 1 notch. And right now we're still on 2, so we're kind of safe. But here's the bad thing. We take all these cards and we shuffle them and put them on top of the deck, then reveal the cards. So, tiles that have already been flooded, there's a greater chance for them to actually get removed from the game. Put them back up here. So, once again, we're going to do 2. 1, the Observatory, the one that I just flipped over. And the next one is going to be Copper Gate, once again, one that I just flipped over. Okay, and that's going to be it for my turn. So, it's going to be HuMei's turn.
Okay. For my turn, I am thinking, since we have 2 side by side and we really got to worry about this Tidal Palace going under, I'm going to use my ability to fly using 1 turn to land on Cave of Embers. That's turn or part my first one. Second would be to flip Tidal Palace, and then to flip Cave of Embers, shoring up both of those and keeping that part of the island stable.
And as you can see, where we've just gone through 2 of his turns here, what we're going to do is we're just sort of going to speed through it since you already know how to play it. And then what will happen is that once we get to a portion that may not have been explained, then we'll stop and explain that. So, you've already done all 3 of your actions, so I'm going to give you 2 cards. 1, 2. So you have 6 cards in your hand, so you might want to discard one.
Yeah. I'm thinking at this point,
since you already have 2 of those, you might want to.
I'm thinking I'll hold on to these, and next turn I'll swap with you and get the 3rd one. Then I will get worry about the 4th one. So I need to get rid of something else. And I'm thinking the one thing I do not need is the helicopter lift. Would you agree?
Yeah. What you can actually do is you can use that to move yourself to my square. That way I can give you this and then shore up these 2 tiles.
That
so
I'll
do that. Use that. You're going to fly over there. Okay, and you got your 2 cards. Now we're going to see what gets flooded now. Tidal Palace. If you wouldn't have done that earlier, it would have gotten removed from the game. And then Crimson Forest right here. Okay, then those were those 2. And then now it's my turn, huh? Well, what I'll do is, for one of my actions, I will give this to you. So you're going to have to discard one of these other ones. One of these.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, well, no, you wanted to give me that one, didn't you? Oh, no, I wanted to give you this one.
Right.
Pardon me. I wanted to give you that one. So you're going to have to discard one of those.
And I want to go ahead and get rid of the...
this is the Astrolabe, I believe it was
the
called.
Astrolabe.
And then I got 2 more left. So I'm going to give us a better chance, I'll shore up these 2 tiles. Now I'll get 2 cards of my own. 1.
Aha.
And 2. Ooh. So we're on a sort of good track. And now I've got to flip these, don't I? Yes. Cave of Embers. Right there, if you can flip that one. Then Silver Gate. Silver Gate. Right here.
There it is, yeah.
Okay, that's your turn.
Okay, for my turn, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the fire item.
Okay, so I got 3 of those, and I need 4 of them to turn them in.
And just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use my second turn to fly. I'm going to have to come back to you because I don't want, well...
You already used one action, so you have 2 left.
Right, I'm just trying to figure, should I come over here and shore up Tidal Palace? Extending that so we can hopefully get it knocked out.
Well, since I'm right here, if it gets flipped over, I can easily shore this up.
That's true.
So, if you want to fly somewhere else and shore up something.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking I might want to... where would be a good spot to... I guess I'll go over here and I'll shore up, use my second one to go to Cave of Embers, and I will shore up Cave of Embers. Or should I do that? Because if I stay close to you, you can give me that cup next turn.
Oh, that's a good idea. So why don't you flip that back over?
Yeah, I'll stay with you. There's not much else I can do.
Okay, yeah, there's, you know, if there were any more tiles around, we could have done that. So, what we'll do is give you 2 cards. Give you the Sphinx and a Sphinx. So you have to decide which one you want to go
Sphinx.
to. So you can drop one of those.
I'll drop a Sphinx.
And then let's see what gets flooded here. Coral Palace. Right here. So I'll have to flip that over during my next turn. Next, Watchtower. And since this is already flooded, this gets removed from the game.
The poor Watchtower.
We'll go into the reason why we always think that is such a big deal in a later video or during our podcasts. So we've got the 2 of these. Gave you 2 of those. So I guess it's my turn then, huh? Okay. Well, first action, I'm going to give you this.
Okay, and
so you got 4 there.
Yep. Another card.
Second action, I'm going to flip Coral Palace. And then the third action, what am I going for? I'm going for fire, pretty much. So I'm going to move down here for my third action. Now, get 2 cards. Sphinx and fire. Well, that's pretty darn good. Okay, now we get to see what's flooded. Bronze Gate.
Right where I happen to be.
Uh-oh.
Well, it can't come up while I'm sitting on it.
And then Gold Gate, right next to you. Okay, that's my turn. Your turn.
Okay. For my first action, I'm going to fly directly to the Tidal Palace and turn in these 4 cards for the goblet. That's my second action.
Okay. Yep.
And for my third action, since I know Edo's heading to the Cave of Shadows.
Let's put this down here. Maybe everyone can see it, the ones we've actually gotten.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the Cave of Shadows.
Wait a minute, remember you only fly once per turn.
Oh, okay.
So that was your second action. You got 1 more to do.
And I don't want to be on a piece of...
Well, what happens is that...
If it floods and I'm there, I could be in deep trouble.
Oh, what will happen is that if that tile gets removed from the game, if there's a tile adjacent to you, you get to move to it automatically. However, if there are no adjacent tiles, then basically everyone automatically loses.
Right. I'm going to shore up Cave of Embers. That gives me 2 possibilities to go to if something should happen.
Okay. And now... It's the end of your turn. We'll give you 2 cards.
Water's Rise.
And the Astrolabe. So, so first we'll move this up. And we'll give you this one. And since we have moved this up, as you can see, there's going to be a 3 here. Now instead of flipping 2 cards, we're going to flip 3. But first, once again, we take the deck and we shuffle it.
Well, we haven't actually reached the level 3 yet, right?
Yes, we have, because in this there's a highlighted area which tells you that you're in the 3 area.
Okay.
Okay, so first is going to be Tidal Palace. Since that gets removed from the game, and you get to move to an adjacent tile automatically.
And I will go to Cave of Embers.
Okay. Here's 2. Gold Gate That got removed from the game. And then the third one is Bronze Gate. Wow.
As you can see, this happens rather quickly in the game.
Yep. So, wow. Well, we're 1/4 the way of completing the game. So, we've had worse, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, my turn. I'm going to move down here. That's 1. Turn in these 4 to get fire. And then I'm going to use the final action to shore this tile up. So I'll get 2 more. 1, 2, helicopter lift, which isn't bad. And then we're going to flip 3 more tiles. Now, Crimson Forest is the only one that's been flooded, so we should have some good odds here. Copper Gate. Crimson Forest gets removed from the game. And Cave of Embers. Yeah, flip that one there. Now, since we have already have these 2 treasures here, we don't have to put a lot of emphasis on keeping these particular tiles out there, since we already have the treasure. However, it might be a good idea to actually shore them up when you have the opportunity. That way, you have less of a chance of other tiles getting removed from the game.
Right.
So, I think that was my turn, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep, so it's your turn.
Okay, now what I'm thinking is, since I can move or fly once per turn, we might want to look at trying to get you onto collecting the Sphinx. We can have you up here right next to Fool's Landing, and I can work on the astrolabe.
Okay.
So,
it depends on what you want to do. If you want to move somewhere, I can helicopter lift right anytime that I want.
Right.
You can give me one of those, and then during my following turn, I can give you
right.
the other one. So it's up to you.
Well, that's what I was thinking, and Cave of Embers is not that important to us at this point, as long as we can keep either Whispering Garden or Howling Garden up.
Along with Temple of the Sun or Temple of the Moon
right.
in the other corner.
So, well, actually, Temple of the Sun would be a good one for you too.
Since we've only got 2 more left, if we rush for it, we might be able to do it.
Right, and that's what I'm thinking.
Either way, since you can move anywhere, if you jump over here to like Whispering Gardens or something like that, I can use helicopter lift to run myself over there and get this. And since you can just jump over here and just grab whatever you need and jump to Fool's Landing.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fly. I was thinking I'd fly to you, and then we can swap. That still gives me 1 turn left. Then we just got to use your helicopter lift to get you up here, and I can come back to you.
Well,
but
I can do this out of turn.
Yeah.
So if you want me to be in Whispering Gardens,
well, let's do that. How about we go this route? I'll go to you.
Okay.
And I will give you the astrolabe.
Okay.
So in your turn, you can give me the Sphinx. I can stay down near Howling Gardens.
Okay, so where were you originally on Cave of Embers?
Cave of Embers, yeah.
Well, you know what? You'll be wasting an action.
Okay.
You because moving is 1.
Right.
And you would give me the items. That's another one.
Right.
So you have 1 more left. So if you're going to waste it, you might as well have shored this one up.
That's true. So let me undo this. My first thing I would do is I would shore up Cave of Embers, then fly to Shave of Cat.
Then
I would give him the astrolabe, and that would end my turn.
Okay.
Now we go for 3 more cards.
Well, 2 cards here. Water's Rise and the Sphinx, which turned out not so bad, sort of. Okay, so now we get. Well, it's definitely these 2 cards for 1.
Yep.
So Cave of Embers, Copper Gate, which is already so that gets removed from the game, and the third one is going to be Coral Palace. Now it's going to be kind of hard. I'm going to have to somehow get around. Somehow, I'm probably going to have to go down here. Maybe use a helicopter lift to get back somewhere, because at the end of the game, everyone has to get to Fool's Landing, and then you have to use a helicopter lift to win the game. So...
Well, now hold on. Here's a thought I have. If you move to Coral Palace. There's one turn. Flip Coral Palace. Then go to Temple of Sun. You're sitting already close to where the astrolabe is.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm going for the astrolabe, and you're going for the Sphinx.
Right.
Okay, so that was your turn, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's my turn. First action. Give you that 1. Flip this diagonally, 2. And move up here, 3. So now I'm getting 2 cards. Not
astrolabe, there you go.
Almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5, so I'm good here. So 3 more cards. Observatory. Silvergate.
That's
down
right
there.
here. We've had that one several times come up already.
Yep. And the first time for the Lost Lagoon, I think, right here.
Not to be mistaken with the Blue Lagoon.
Okay, let's see here. That was my turn then. Your turn.
Okay. For my turn, I need to see about trying to get as much unflipped as possible. Therefore, I'm going to say my best bet at this point is to fly here, then flip Cave of Embers and Silver Gate. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay, so I'll shore up Cave of Embers and Silver Gate are shored up and dry. And
Okay,
give me a Sphinx, give me a Sphinx.
Nope. And nope. Those are your 5.
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to flip 3 more. Iron Gate. Iron Gate. Temple of the Sun. Ooh, I need to take care of that. And then Misty Marsh. Okay, I guess it's my turn now. Wow. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shore up these 2 tiles. 1, 2, or 1, 2, however it is, 2 actions. Then for my third one, I'm going to move there. Now, I get 2 cards, the last 2 in the deck, I believe. Sandbags. And since if I'm forced to discard something like an action card, I can use it immediately. So, why don't I go for...
I go for Iron Gate.
Let's go for the Iron Gate.
Yeah.
Oops, pardon me. And then the last one here is going to be another helicopter lift. So, I can helicopter lift... Otherwise, I'm going to lose it. Well, actually, I'm going to keep both of them. We no longer need this, so
Right.
I want to do that. And it's time to reshuffle here. And then we're going to flip 3 more tiles.
This could actually work out for us because I'm thinking for my turn I can go straight to you, give you your last astrolabe, then I can go to Whispering Garden. And we'll be close enough we can start looking at just keeping that alive and get that last Sphinx.
Cliffs of Abandon. That'll be that one.
Yep.
Temple of the Moon. And the last one's going to be Breaker's Bridge.
Which is where I'm standing.
Uh-oh. Okay, and that was my turn, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Go ahead.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fly directly to the Temple of the Sun, give you the last astrolabe.
Okay, so which means I need to get rid of one of these. Now, I could use one of these to send you somewhere and you can shore something up if you wish.
Okay, that would be a great idea.
Do you want to go up here somewhere?
Well, how about Twilight
go up
Highway
here,
so
yeah.
I can get the observatory,
Okay.
and that still keeps something around.
Okay. I helicopter lift
Okay.
you to wherever you want to go.
And I'll go to Twilight Hollow.
And wait. You moved over here. You gave me one. I moved you over here, so yes, you have one left.
So I can flip the observatory, and that's my third turn.
Okay, let's see what you got here.
The Sphinx? No.
Astrolabe and cup.
Oh,
Which one do you want to keep?
man. I guess I'll keep the cups so I can throw out the cups because we
Okay.
already have the cups.
Okay, so 3 more. Dunes of Deception. Whispering Gardens. Uh-oh. And Twilight Hollow, right where you are. Okay, so it's going to be my turn. Using first action, I'm going to turn these in for the astrolabe. Then for my second one, I'm going to move here. For my third one, I'm going to shore up Whispering Gardens.
There we go.
So we just got one more left, and if we can get that, we are home free. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to stay here and shore up things as needed, because you can easily jump over here or use a helicopter lift, we win. So let's go with 2 cards. Sandbags. So you can use that, you can either keep that.
Well, no, this is your turn.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
oh,
this
yeah,
is your
that's right.
turn.
Done. Okay, that's 1. And 2, Waters Rise.
Ooh.
So that goes in here.
I've got a sinking feeling.
Yeah. Shuffle these. Okay then, now we're still at the 3 mark. 1 more Waters Rise, we go to the 4 mark. So first, Twilight Hollow. So that's getting removed from the game. You can go either way. You'd probably want to go to Whispering Gardens. So that's the first one. Second one's Cliffs of Abandon.
Right here.
That gets removed from the game. And we've got 1 more. Temple of the Moon. That gets removed from the game. Wow. Okay, so now it's your turn.
Did you draw your oh yeah, you did.
Yes, I did. I drew my 2 cards. I got that Waters Rise.
So,
just stay there and do nothing?
Actually, what I was thinking was, I've got to try and save what I can, because there's not much else I can do, and I can fly here next turn.
You can jump down
That's
here
what I
and
was
do
thinking,
those 2.
and I can, that's 1. Breaker's Bridge is 2, and Lost Lagoon is 3. That helps to keep stuff shored up.
Okay. First one, helicopter lift.
Okay.
Now, do you want to? I think you might want to keep that then.
Yep.
Now we'll take this and discard it. And next one, Waters Rise. We are now at 4. I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, very close.
Okay, first of all, Observatory. Next, Temple of the Sun. Whispering Gardens.
Here we go.
I'll take care of that next turn. And Misty Marsh. Misty Marsh right here. Uh-oh, it's getting down to the wire here. Okay, now it's my turn, huh?
Yep.
I'm not going to take any chances, so I'm going to shore up Whispering Gardens with this action card.
Well, hold on a second. You've got 3 actions you can take. You can shore up all 3 of these, because you can shore up diagonally.
Yep, that's very true.
And then use the shore up for any one of the either one of these 2, helping to preserve us all the longer.
Okay. Okay, then I'll go for the Observatory.
Okay.
And then for my 3 actions, 1, 2, 3. Now, let's see where we get going here. Not exactly what I needed, but I can't complain. Now, we still got 4 more to go through. Silver Gate. Down there. Cave of Embers.
Where I'm sitting.
Lost Lagoon, right there. And Iron Gate. Iron Gate, Iron Gate, Iron Gate, Iron Gate. Okay, so that was you, now it's... No, that was me.
Yep.
Now it's you.
Okay, now I'm going to keep shoring up as much as possible. First thing I'm going to do is take my turn to go to Breaker's Bridge. And I'm going to shore up the Iron Gate and the Cave of Embers. That gives us 2 more to keep us alive, and
Okay.
see
Go
what I
here.
get. I got
Sphinx.
6. Yes, yes. Now, can I make it to Whispering Gardens?
Well, you have to get rid of that one,
That's
and then I'm
fine.
sure you don't want to keep this.
I'm not worried about that.
Okay, we'll discard that. Okay, now got 4 more to do. Coral Palace. Breaker's Bridge, right where you are. Dunes of Deception, which gets removed from the game. And we got one more. Howling Gardens. Okay, my turn, huh? Ah, jeez. Do I want to go down there and shore that up? Oh yeah, I could do it. 1, 2, 3.
That's what I was just thinking myself.
Okay, let's go for 2 more cards. 1, 2. Ah! We're still safe.
But
For the most part.
Close.
It's getting
We're
close.
Very, very close to dying here.
Okay. So, now we shuffle these. And we're still doing 4. Okay. Misty Marsh. Silvergate. Silvergate finally bit the big one. Cave of Embers. And the last one is going to be Breaker's Bridge.
I'm swimming.
Yep, so. Oh, Breaker's Bridge. So, those all got removed from the game. Wow. Okay, so that was my turn.
Your turn.
So it's your turn.
My turn. Number 1, I go to Whispering Gardens.
It's 1.
Turn in for the Sphinx.
To get.
We've got all
2.
4 pieces.
Now,
I can use the helicopter lift to take me directly to Fool's Landing.
yes, you can. And then I can use my helicopter lift and we'll win the game. There, and.
Well, that or my 3rd turn could be.
Well,
Because that's not a turn, is it?
that's not a turn. Yeah, well, the thing is that you have to use helicopter lift in order to
Oh, okay.
actually win the game. So, used yours, and we use it. And for about probably half the games we've played, we've actually won. So, my arch nemesis and I actually banded together for once and completed the game. So, this was Forbidden Island, and we hope you enjoyed actually watching the video here. You can pick this up at your favorite local game store. If they don't have it, ask for it. It's a really great game, really good for family game night, and thanks for joining us this morning, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you're watching us, and we hope that you're going to be able to tune in for our next video too. So, say goodbye, HuMei.
Bye, HuMei.